Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to dive into today's tutorial. If you are ready to learn something new, then you are in right place. Please make sure you subscribe my channel and click on the notification because when the new videos comes up, then it will inform you. So in today's tutorial, I would like to explain how you can develop your own port monitoring and how you can customize it. I know there are so many free softwares for the port monitoring, but this is very helpful when you are working with the microcontroller and you want to develop your own port monitoring to customize it, especially when you want to extract the log and so on. So in my case, I use the Python Tkinter to make this small app. Before we jump to coding part, I will explain as a one short demo how this app works. Then I will explain about the coding part of that. So now currently I am using the serial port, which is connected to one Arduino as a microcontroller, and that Arduino also connected with the sensor for temperature and also humidity, just for purpose of the demo. So now, as you observe here, there is the app, and my port is COM3. It's recognized by default. As when you connect to your USB, if you have the two USB already connected, then definitely you will find the serial COM and you need to select that one. By default, I set it this baud rate. Also, I use this baud rate for my microcontroller, but you can based on your idea, you can change it. But also, it is possible to define the different baud rate and select a different baud rate. But the point is that it should be the right baud rate. If not, then definitely it will not be connected. So now this is the right baud rate for me. Then there is the connect button by default. When you are in disconnect mode, all these buttons are disabled. When you connect, then it will be enabled. That makes sense, yeah? Then when you connect, it shows that, okay, the COM3 is connected and initialization success, and then the data is coming. Yeah, here is the data. And there is also disconnect. When you disconnect, then it will inform you now is already disconnected. And again, if you want to connect, it will delete all this data. I will show you. First, let me go to export data. I defined the three type of the format as a TXT, CSV, and XML. So when you want to export this log as a TXT, just click on that one. I defined to drop that log in that folder by default, but it also can be customized where you can find this log. Yeah, you can see this log as a text. It will give you the data. If you want to, let's get back. For example, as a CSV, yeah, it will give you, and also here we'll mention about the already the log is exported as a CSV, and I want to open it. Okay, Word format. It's okay. Yeah, you can see this is the CSV format of the log. And if you want to export XML, then you will find the data of the XML here. Yeah, these are the XML files. Okay, then let's get back to this item. And then when you disconnect, it will show you is disconnected. I want to connect again. It will delete all these logs and it will connect. Yeah, this is the solution which I have defined in this APP. So now let's jump to the coding part and explain about the code. Okay, here is the code part. For this tutorial, I will not go through the Arduino part. It's just the purpose is to explain about the Tkinter section, but definitely I will make another video for the Arduino part as well. But this section is just focusing on the Tkinter. So as you observe here, we need some libraries. One of them is a tkinter, and this is the method for import tkinter as a tk, and also from tkinter import ttk. We need some other frameworks for the this tkinter, like the scrolled text and file the dialog. It's just you need to import it. And other module which is necessary for the recognize the serial and read the data is about the serial module for like display import serial that choose that list underline ports, and also from serial import serial. Please notice about the capital S. Then if you need to have for the CSV and also the XML, you need to import these two as well, same as mine. We need to import for threading about the parallel execution. This is also required in upcoming lines. We will see that one. And also a date and time, because when we want to export the file, we will giving the name based on the date and time. Also, it is possible for each log to provide the date and time, but in my case, I didn't define, but this also makes sense if you want to have it for each line of the log. Then I defined as a class name for the serial monitor, a very basic command of the Python language, and then I defined it as the master, and also defined the title and geometry. The title is the serial monitor, and this is for the dimension of that. This is again, this is my choice, and I defined this dimension. It's also possible to be changed. And also I called this create widgets, which you can see in the next line also we define, but I put it here for the calling in the base class of this program. Then we have the widget, create the widgets, and I used as the combo box for labeling is for the select the port, which you can see here for selecting the baud rate. And yeah, here is for defining the location of the that section, which is in the row 0 and column 0, and also pad X, pad Y. I selected the value for that one. And you need to call these populate ports, but these populate ports will come later. And also there are some combo box for the label about the baud rate. sorry, I think I made a mistake. For previous one it was for for the port, and the second one for the baud rate. Yes. Anyway, those are same, just you need to define it in the different places, because this one is for the baud rate and you need to call the baud rate, and this one is for the port and you need to call the port. Then we will come to the definition of the baud rate. I defined these baud rates, but if you need the more baud rate, then definitely you can customize it and define more. Then I set the 9600 as a default. In my case, this one will show it as a default baud rate. And then we do have some buttons for connect, disconnect, TXT and CSV. Yeah, these are just, you need to use the TTK button, and then to define the command for the connect. This one for using the disconnect, and export this one for the TXT, and this one is for CSV. In upcoming lines, you will see them. Each single item need to be defined. So when you want to call it in this section, you need to define for example, for export to CSV, export the TXT, and also disconnect or connect, and then call it in this line. This is just for the design part of that. Then it come to, for XML same. This is also same. Then it comes to the text area of the log. You need to use the scroll text. This is for the for this log part, and because it need to scroll up and scroll down, then you need to use the scroll text. And this TK word is used because when it comes to the end of the line, it need to wrap it the complete words and comes to the next line. This is the only reason which is used. And also the dimension here, which I selected, and also we need to grid for the raw one column, and also the span of this, and for pad X and pad Y for the dimension of this scroll text. You need to define it. Then it will comes to the for the port part, populate port. You need to read the data from the port. And if you remember before, we called this populate port in upcoming lines, but here we need to define it. And this is the method for calling the port. As you observe here, ported device for port in serial tools list port.com port. This method for calling the port I extracted from the Py serial documentation. You can refer to this if you want to know more about that. You can read the Py serial documentation, but this is exactly the type which is explained over there for reading from the serial. Then you need to get the value as the port, and the state of that is read only, because it's just a reading of the port. And also you need to define about the location. Then it's come to the serial connection. When you connect, when you connect, I mean, in the button of the connect, then you need to have the port and baud rate. This port will get from the port combo box, and also for the baud rate will get from the baud rate. So then here there is the object for that one, for the serial port based on this serial port at the baud rate. First, as I said, when you connect, it will delete the data, but it's just my design. And then it will insert the data as this port is connected with this port, which is got from the port, and also with this baud rate, and continue to the reading. But if they want to, if it wants to continue as an infinite loop, later on we have another line for that one to read this data continually. And also here you should mention about the other buttons in this state, how it should be. For example, for the disconnect button, it should be normal, and others, it should be, for example, for the connect button is disabled, others is normal. Yeah, because when you connect, you want to extract the XML, CSV, or TXT, who definitely should be enabled. And for other buttons, like for example, the connect, it's already is unactivated, so it should be disabled. Then it's coming to the thread to read from the port and store. And there is exception if something is wrong, then it goes to the error part. Then this is for the disconnect. When it's disconnect, just close it, or and you need also define the button's status, and you can see others is disabled and only connect is normal. Then it will come to, yes, to read from the port, because as I said, when you activate it, then it need to read that one continually. So it need to define the infinite loop. Then you can find it's read the line and decode it, and yeah, it will insert the data from line to the log area. Then it will come to the that's a good thing. I put the comments here for each line to understand about the what's going on, what's going to happen here, or why we put this, for example, specific line of the code. And for the export part, most lines are same, so just only I explain for the TXT, and if there are some few exceptions, then I will explain that specific part. So like the TXT we defined as an export TXT, and then we would need to get this data from the line 1 until end. I have defined this, and then we need to define the name of this file. As you observe here, I get the date and time, and this is the format of that. And after that, it will shows as a txt file. So it will open it as a write, and it will write the data inside, and then it will export. Yeah, this is uh, the whole scenario for the export of the txt. The CSV file also same. They have the same method. You need to follow that one. Just only need to the CSV. This part will change because the format is CSV, and also you need to have the uh, split line because there is a comma and they need space. So we would need to split line to create some uh, space for each data to the next data. So this is the target for that one. And then it will export as a CSV. For XML file, also the data is same, file name is same. The log data and split lines, split the text into list of the line, and it need to repeat over each line in the list. Yeah, and it need to have the one sub element as an entry. Let's go to the I think it was this one. Yeah, you can see here we have the entry here and we have the data. So we need to have the one subtitle for sub element as a root, as an entry, and then from that entry we do have the data one another sub element like this one as I shown you here. Okay, yes, you can see here the entry and then another sub element as a data. So this is the target for that one, and this is for create the element tree for the XML structure, and then write it, and it will export as an XML file. And this is this part. This is the normal part for the Python. And if you want to write as a Tkinter, definitely you need to define this root and the APP. These are very common part of the Python. Yeah, that's all for the coding part. And thank you so much for joining me in this journey. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means the world to me. If you have any idea about the tutorial or if you need a specific topic, please let me know in comments and I will try to make a video about it or explain in comment. Thank you and see you in next tutorial.